closing the app and then getting back on. I was like, please, just let me watch.
Please, I'm trying to see these upsets. But here we are in our top 3. Will it be free KayFlock? Will it be Ikan? Chat, let us know who you think is going to take this. Also, I love the Max and Ruby for us, honestly. That actually is pretty valid for us, actually.
Max!
Ruby.
Except you're Max, because I'm the menace.
You know what? You probably would be the problem child. Yeah. Anyway, 81% off the rip for Ikan here. Free KayFlock. Oh, wow. Physically running from Ryu, being like, I really don't want to play in your burst range if we can help it, please. Nice.
Okay, nice tech chase there, leading into the double up air, so that's nice damage. And I think the focus could be helpful with dealing with the Knight. The big thing is, like, landing Nair from Ryu is so strong for combos. Finishing off the combo there with the Shoryuken, so that's going to be a nice stock there for Ikan. But down tilt into the lightning kick going to be really strong for KayFlock too. We saw that in the set against Lima. Ikan was really struggling to get back to the ledge, but Zelda's probably not going to be going off stage as much. She's going to be relying more on the ledge trapping with the Knight. For sure. So I think that's not going to be as big of a problem, but we did see for the finisher of that last set against Loaf that KayFlock ran out there with the down air from Zelda too. So a mix-up that Ikan might have to worry about, but right now seems to be doing just fine, getting that Shoryu to finish off that combo as well. Now 86% on free KayFlock's second stock.
You were not, bars. Free KayFlock's second stock. All right, put him in a booth, okay. But yeah, you weren't.
KayFlock, don't get him out of jail.
Cincy fear free KayFlock. But yeah, you weren't kidding. That falling neutral air really seems like a disaster for Zelda. She doesn't have like a great option. It's just so active. So I can up these first 2 stocks here. Free KayFlock trying to find something with these forward airs, but no one in range for those lightning kicks just yet. I thought that was going to be one, but yeah, just pound for pound, Ryu just getting so much more out of these exchanges, and KayFlock trying so hard to take that stock. Yet another lightning kick that just has not worked out yet.
Ikan has so much shield pressure available to him. Doesn't even need it though, finding that kill in the air, but we see a lot of shielding from Zelda because like we talked about, out of shield is very strong for Zelda. You have that lightning kick, you have the up B as well. But if Ryu just keeps sitting there hitting you with the up tilt, it's going to be really hard to deal with that. And so you do have to worry about shield breaks a lot too, and Ikan just very comfortable just mashing on Zelda's shield in that moment. So that's something that KayFlock's gonna have to find an answer to. But I think the biggest thing is just throwing Ryu off stage, trying to clip him with the Knight whenever he's using the Tatsu back to the ledge.
Yeah, definitely want to try to get that Knight out there as much as possible when Ikan is off stage, or even that side B potentially, to at least force someone to burn the focus attack or like the Tatsu possibly. But either way, going into this game too, hopefully things turn around a little bit. Speaking of turn around, Knight was turned around, firing the wrong direction right there, and the Shakunets was able to shut it down. But yeah, hopefully KayFlock can get a little bit more control on the pacing of this, because I feel like if you're playing at Ryu's pace, you're playing at Ryu's advantage, just straight up.
Yeah, just struggling to get out of the corner here.
Oh, God.
Okay, and the Nair is going to break through the focus. Zelda does have that nice use of the Nair to cover that space in between the platforms as well. Every time I see an up air from Ryu, I get tense. I
said it earlier when I was with BFP, we all have our Dark Shad PTSD. We played weekly against Dark Shad. It was, for $8. It was a tough time in our lives. But yes, Ryu definitely can do it. Ryu, honestly, really on the rise thanks to Ikan. This is top 3 at 2 B tiers back-to-back no matter what happens here. So yeah, definitely moving that character's meta. But taking that first stock there, free KayFlock still down. Using the Knight to just go through Shakunets and just set up that free ledge pressure is really great for Zelda. We just need to see some larger punishes. That up air is definitely a great start, but we need a lightning kick to keep this competitive. And there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Sending off stage too. And air dodging right through that. Now has to worry about the Knight, but luckily grabbed ledge at a time where the Knight wasn't going to hit once the ledge invincibility ran out.
Yeah, you see KayFlock just slowing it down. I think that's kind of been like the tone a lot of this top 4 is just really carefully slowing down and picking your shots. And as I said, yet another lightning kick. So KayFlock got the stocks even. I like reflecting the Shakunets just to take that pressure tool away from Ikan, but we haven't seen those big openings from him just yet this game.
Okay, so it looks like the down tilt on shield is -9, which is going to be hard for Zelda to punish.
Yeah, and at max range too. It's got to be annoying, yeah.
Up air is really good at covering those landings too. It feels like Ryu kind of struggles with landing. We saw that in the Lima set too. So if you're able to just continuously use those aerials, especially that up air, to find him, that's going to be a great way to find some damage. And use the down throw.
Sour spot.
Yeah, it doesn't get the strong hit of the lightning kick.
Yeah, I mean, I just want shout outs to KayFlock. Just the patience and you, Emma, actually. The patience needed to, like, play this character and just get those sour spots and be like, everything's fine. Like, I just don't have that in me. I'd be raging. I'd be chewing on my controller cord.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay. KayFlock this time got a little bit of a lead here, not too terribly far out of it. We see Ikan looking for those falling up airs or even that neutral air, which set up for so much disaster in that game one. Focusing out of the up B was crazy smart from Ikan too. So yeah, he's hungry to take this next stop. And there it is.
Yeah. Okay, so even stocks here on the last stock, but now we have to find a nice opening here for Ikan. But I love that grab out of the corner. Not typically what you see from Zelda. Instead, just going back, using that knight to cover that space to just create that opening so she could get back to center stage, but just very comfortable retreating back to the ledge as well.
Yeah, and I feel like Ikan's starting to adapt, staying out of that range and throwing shotgun nets like further past where the knight's going to go instead of trying to like trade with the Phantom, which makes a lot of sense there. Very, very even game here. Both players looking for some kind of big call out, and we see another grab. Oh, that soft dare could have led to so much for KayFlock, but unfortunately couldn't get the sour spot. And now getting shotgun nets in the corner, kind of struggling to find his way back to the stage.
All right, yeah, how do you get out of the corner here? The answer is you don't.
You don't.
All right, guys, I looked it up and it said -9. It's not my fault. They're eating me up right now, so I need you to defend me. Be my big dog.
Listen, you know what it is? You know what it is?
Sorry, guys, I don't have Ryu frame data memorized.
You know, back in my day when you Googled something, you got the truth. And
Facts.
now...
Don't blame me, blame the AI.
Now with all this fake news, AI media, who knows what frame data is what? They said jab is +90, and I said, well, it's true. It's on the app. It must be true. No, I'm just playing.
They're so fight. That's your guys' problem now. I said what I said. I'm standing on business now. Going into this game 3, it looks like I can stand it on business too, opening up with 28% the first 3 seconds.
You're getting your frame data from freedomeagle.america.com. Even game here so far. Just like reflecting those fireballs, playing a really patient match here. You see Ikan definitely respecting the Phantom, holding that shield out for that side B. Even if the shield damage was becoming a factor, because it did get a little low last game, Ikan's fine to just disengage and just be like, I'm not going to like let my shield get too low, but I'm just going to force Zelda to chase me instead, which makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Now getting back to the stage here, getting out of the corner, going to be rough.
Ooh.
Still holding on to the stock, though, but still at 100%. Now you have to reset this whole situation. I like that jump just back onto the stage, though, instead of grabbing the ledge. Using the focus to live through that up air, too. A nice finish there from Ikan. So Ikan going to be taking that first stock, but now have to worry about this lightning. Yeah, just this empty lands right in front of your face, mixing up the timing on the lightning kick. Really good stuff there from free KayFlock to tie this up.
Yeah, clean stuff. Even Ikan smiling a little bit in the player cam, being like, all right, you ate that. But yeah, this is still a very competitive match here. I love that, using the neutral B and just stealing Ikan's stock out of nowhere. Clean.
Okay. Yeah, she does have like some tricks off stage that you have to watch out for. So that was a really good advantage there from free KayFlock, and now has a lot of momentum, throwing off stage too, and then using the nice trick there, placing the Phantom on the ledge so that you can go off and edge guard too, but Ikan just makes it back to the stage. Not gonna have an easy time this time. Just kidding. Going straight up through that Nairu's love.
Wow. Yeah, KayFlock came alive here. When you see a rare stock where all the Zelda sweet spots all hit, this character, it feels like she just jumps way at the tier list when everything's actually working as intended there. So yeah, Ikan way down here. Gotta find something. He's very good at snuffing out KayFlock's aggression. He's been amazing at landing those anti-airs really all day. Honestly, the whole last 2 weeks I've been watching him. And as I say catches her out the air with a Rage Shoryu to snuff out that second stop.
Okay, I like that, jumping over the up air and the knight to get to that platform. Now Zelda trapped at the ledge, and we've seen Ikan do some pretty crazy stuff, but it's not going to matter with that landing lightning kick once again. So KayFlock putting themselves on the board with that crazy second stock.
Yeah, and everyone just kind of in awe right now. I mean, that took so much incredible spacing to get that many lightning kicks in just that last 2 stocks. But still, Ikan is still up a game, still looking really clean, but you can definitely tell free KayFlock feeling a little bit more confident. You know, that was a pretty hard-fought one there. We've seen a lot of Game 5s. Actually, every free KayFlock match I've seen all day has been Game 5, so I wouldn't be surprised if we go there here. Chat saying reverse a 3-0 incoming. Who knows? But yeah, this is definitely going to be quite the fight to see who's going to make it up to Grand Finals. It's going to be quite the battle. It's heating up out here. Do you have any any like personal experience in this matchup? Because I don't think you played a lot of Zelda in like 4 like that. Maybe you did, but
yes, it was always against Shad though, so he's
Jesus
such
himself.
a better player that it didn't even matter. Like, I just went into the set expecting to lose. I'm like, I just want to take a few stocks. But yeah, I mean, my experience with it was that if you charge Knight, he's going to run in with that Nair, so you have to really mix up when you're releasing the Knight, and that getting out of the corner is really hard. He's very scary. He hits on your shield a lot.
Oof, and we're seeing it right there with those up tilts. That elbow, the chicken wing of death over there. KayFlock just barely staying out of range. I like the way that Ikan is moving, shifting his momentum with those down Bs just to make it tougher for Zelda to catch because she does not have that much ground speed. Thank God.
Yeah.
Looking at her kit, thank God she's not super fast. But the mid-air Shoryu once again is going to come through for Ikan. Only 45%, looking really, really healthy here. But KayFlock firing back with that Phantom immediately off the Angel Plat.
Okay, nice damage there. Oh, and using the focus to get through that again. That is insane.
How does he know?
Gosh.
Yeah, because even that one, he was below the platform. I wouldn't even been ready to pull the focus out right there. That's crazy.
And I like the way that Ikan was staying out of the burst range of Zelda too. You could see that KayFlock was trying to go for the grab, but just poking on Zelda's shield. Nice landing fair. Once again, that's just really paying the bills here for KayFlock.
Even the late hit of the up air was almost enough to take that stock. Shield getting low for Ikan, but again, he's just going to disengage, stay away from Phantom, stay away from those crazy burst options like up B, and just let that shield come back naturally, because he really needs it to keep getting these anti-airs going. Yeah, like Chad is saying, it is tough to deal with Ryu without a lot of multi-hits. She does have neutral B, but even that isn't like as big of a combo tool as her other stuff there. We do see the stock fall off right there, so we have the stocks even, but there's a lot of percent to make up here for KayFlock, and yet another mid-air Shoryu is going to give Ikan the stock.
And we saw a similar situation in the previous game, though. Like, all you really need is one back throw off stage and then just some nice shenanigans to find that Ryu stock, but the way that Ikan is playing right now, he pedal to the metal. There's not going to be a lot of time to find that grab. He's just staying outside of the burst range of Zelda once again, waiting for you to throw out the grab and then getting a grab of his own.
Yeah, and it's just rinse, repeat. Chaser landing down, finding those throws, finding those up airs especially, and now up tilt into Shoryu, gonna do it. So that is gonna do it for Ikan. Gonna be moving on into our grand finals, but of course, give it up for free KayFlock, you know, coming in relatively last minute after winning the giveaway, having just a hell of a bracket. Had to be Louis money just to get here, taking Lima to game 5, doing so well all throughout the tournament, so good stuff. And of course, we're really seeing some non-traditional characters in the upper half of this B tier bracket, so shout outs to both of them. Of course, Ikan gonna be taking the rematch against my God, Lima here pretty soon. Sorry, Peepaw's brain went out right there. But KayFlock going out of third. Excellent results for sure. So hopefully he had a good time. I don't know if it's his first time out here in Ohio. I can't remember. But, you know, Cost is in a great location. There's all kinds of fun stuff to do around here. And Columbus actually has like a decent nightlife. So hopefully it's been a good time.
Good food.
Great food. Yeah. Right. Oof, there it is. Yeah. So, all right, we have one final match to decide who our Cost winner is going to be. Will it be Ikan?